My name is Tamathy, and I grew up in a small town in Missouri, and I'm the oldest of 21 kids. So we're 12 girls, 9 boys, no twins, same parents. And so I stand up here and I do monologues about my family. And a monologue means you stand up here by yourself. And really, even though all of you are here, being on the stage by myself is one of the only times that I'm ever alone. And one of the few times in my life that I've ever been alone, because I've always been in a crowd. I grew up in a crowd of people. I mean, there was that first year that I was by myself, but I don't remember it very well. But after that, it was a crowd. I slept with 7 or 8 people. You don't need that many beds for kids. If you have too many beds, they just get lonely, and then they all just crowd in together. And I would wake up in the night, and kids that hadn't been there when I went to sleep, their feet were in my face, and I'd push them off onto the floor, and they'd crawl back in. We just slept in a pile. And it was the same every place. You might think, well, what about in the bathroom? No. Most of the time, most of my growing up, we had one bathroom in our house. And unfortunately, it was the only room that had a lock on it. And so my parents also used this room as their conference center so that they could be alone. And so the rest of us were in a crowd outside of the door. I was always waiting in a line. If I wasn't in a crowd, I was in a queue. I was in a line of people waiting for food, a line of people waiting to use the bathroom, a line of people waiting. There was a lot of waiting, and a lot of crowds. There were a lot of animals that were weaving in and around through these lines and through these crowds, and there was a lot of stuff. And I wanted so much to have space and quiet and to be alone, and I tried to find that everywhere I could. And now you know where I feel most comfortable? When I go to bring recycling. It looks like home. That's what our house looked like. Especially on the weekend when there were more people in with the stuff. If there were just maybe some cows outside and a lot of cats running around, it would feel like home. And maybe if you mixed bring recycling with the Goodwill, then that would be my house. And I miss that now, even though I wanted space so much then. I remember being in the shower and having a little kid poke their head in the shower and say, "Could you make me a sandwich?" And then 3 other kids that were using the mirror in the bathroom said, "Get out of the bathroom, I'm trying to use it." There was always a crowd, and that's how my life was. But now I miss that. There's too much space. When I first left home and I went to other people's houses, I would run into things because there weren't enough obstacles. And I wasn't used to so much space. And so I would run into walls and doors. I was used to having to climb over people and around piles of clothes and couches and all kinds of things. And now there's too much space, and now I stand up here, and I've always enjoyed it. But I don't want to do a monologue now. I need a crowd. I need 21 people who will come up here with me. I'm going to do one of those kind of things because I need it right now. Yes. But you have to get in close because we're crowded in a tiny little bathroom, a tiny car. We're sitting on each other's laps at a tiny table. Squish in. This feels right. This feels better.